Alright, hey guys, this is Gauntlet with Gauntlet's Race Mod, and today I'm going to show you how to make a custom ship set. Now, this tutorial is my first draft, actually my second draft. The first draft got too fucked up. Um, this tutorial is going to assume two things. One, that you're already pretty familiar with where the different game files are, and two, that you use my mod as your template for making your custom ship style. Custom ship set, I should say. I highly recommend you do that because I've already done a lot of work for you. I mass produce these things, so I can do find and replace commands. It makes everything a lot easier. I saved you a lot of work. You should take advantage of that. Um, Otherwise, you're going to have to use the game's original core files and dissect them yourself. Have fun with that. All right, so first thing you need to do to make your own ship set is go into the GRM mod folder. So here I am in my games, Galciv 3, mods. Here's the GRM mod. Go into game. And we need to copy two files. You only need two files to make a ship style. And in theory, you can have a ship style, all these ship styles, in one faction ship style sets def file. However, your eyes will bleed and you will kill yourself because you will be dealing with way too many lines in one document, and if you make one single little mistake, you may have to search for hours to find it. So I really recommend you do each ship set as its own file. And that way, when you have problems, if you have to, you can just trash that one file and everybody else is nice and safe and protected from your unfortunate idiocy. And don't feel bad. I'm idiotic all the time. I make these mistakes. All right, so we're going to use my full guard trade holds race as our template. We're going to copy faction ship style sets def -fth to the desktop. And then we're going to we got to find its corresponding ship class file. Copy that to the desktop. Now, these are copies, so we need to come up with a unique nomenclature. I'm just going to add a dash in front of all this. So ship class def -fth, I'm going to change that to a-fth. Same thing here. All right, then we're going to start with the easy part, which is faction ship style sets defs. This is what defines your ship style. First up, it has names, an internal name and a display name. The internal name must be unique, the display name really should be unique, and then it defines all the different ships that are going to be present and defined in the other file we will edit. These also need unique names. Then it defines what design you're using for a shipyard, and what design you're using for all the different levels of a starbase, and what ambient music you're using. So when you're doing this, easiest thing to do is find one of my races that uses a particular style, like the Kryn in this case, or the Iconians. Pick one that already has that set up. It'll save you some trouble. So if you want to use a Kryn overall style for starbases and other stuff, then the full guard trade holds works. Which brings me to another point. The ship style, this line, there are only the core race styles. That determines what parts are available in the ship editor by default. This style must match all the designs you will use. So if you designed all your ships while playing as the Kryn, you must set this ship style to Kryn, otherwise it will break. There's a workaround if you make a mistake. If you made all your ships as Iconian, but you want to use the Kryn style, alright, go into Galciv, make sure the option for showing all ship designs is set up, then then start a game as the Kryn, load up the Iconian ship designs, resave them. They'll now resave new files as Kryn ships instead of Iconian ships, then delete all your old Iconian designs, and you're good to go. So there is a workaround for that, but it's annoying as heck. All right, first thing you need to do here is all we need to do here is just rename some things. Now, the display name, I'm going to change to a-fth. You want to make really certain you're clear on your nomenclature and consistent. It will help you avoid confusion later. Secondly, the unique name Fulgar Trade Holds needs to be changed because I have a Fulgar Trade Holds. This also needs to apply to all the individual ship files. So I'm going to copy this, go to Replace, and we want to find all of that and replace it with that, A dash. There you go. That's going to be the new name for this whole set. Replace all. Done. This is all you need to do. This file's done. Go ahead and hit save. So now we have this sort of template for my new ship style. Now the fun and or hard part, ship class defs. We've already renamed it A-FTH. Each entry dictates a ship design that the AI uses. Now, if you use the default file from the Galactic Civ directory, it's organized very differently from this, and it's really poorly organized for doing this kind of work. So I've reorganized this a bit more logically for what I do. The list is basically all the special ships first, and then your standard armed to the teeth murder ships. I've also listed them based on like their role. So first up is scouts. This is the starting scout that you start with at the beginning of the game, which is slightly different than the standard scout, which is called scout, which is slightly different than the prototype scout, which is here, and then slightly different from the award scout you get from anomalies. So you have to modify 4 entries to get all the scout ships. How do you do that? Well, first up, all of these ships have internal names that need to match the names we gave in faction ships. So, take Fulgar Trade Holds, copy that, go to Replace, ding, ding, and add the same A dash in front of it. There we go. Now, whatever you're titling these with really should not be in the title of your ship designs, because otherwise you're going to change what all these refer to, and your ship designs have not changed that name. They don't match to A dash. So your nomenclature for ship designs needs to be slightly different so that when you use replace commands, you don't screw them up from the naming of internal names. So that's why for internal names I use Fulgar Trade Holds. For the ships, which are listed here, I use 0-FTH hull size role that I plan on using it. Because now that we've done this, we have to go through and change a couple of lines for the ship designs. So now I need my designs. Here's my designs folder. Now remember, you can only use designs that match the CRIN in this case. So these are all Fulgar designs. I don't want to use them. So, you know, one of my new sets, the OSR set, is also a CRIN design set. So here we go. Notice how easy it is for me to find things because of how I named my ship designs. So highly recommend you just copy my designing name system. I don't think there's a better one. Took me a while to come up with this. So, at any rate, Tiny Scout, 0-OSR, Tiny Scout. Now, for ship designs, there's always 3 files. Doesn't matter, they're all named the same. They just have different extensions. You just need the name. So I'm going to copy the name. Notably, don't mess with these names. Once you've saved these names from the ship editor in Galactic Civ, you got to leave them alone. You change anything on this, it will all break down. So don't get rid of the gibberish at the end. That is a very unique code, so the game can uniquely identify this ship, because you're allowed to name multiple ships the exact same thing. The coding, which you never really see in game, is what makes sure that it's a unique file. Alright, so now we go back to ship class. We go to the thumbnail override line for each entry, and we copy paste. Then ship design, copy paste. Same thing for the next one. It is very tedious to do, but pays off. It's worth it. Also, rearranging all of these ships to be in a logical order was very tedious to do. You all owe me. All right. Done. Okay, we have done the 4 designs that involve scout ships. We would just keep scrolling down and selecting designs we want to use, and as long as they belong to Kryn, we'll be okay. And just keep copy pasting, copy pasting, copy pasting. Now, you're probably using the same tiny design for all your scouts and the same medium design for all your surveyors. If you use the same overall ship designing scheme I did, you can even start using the file replace command. So you can copy, this design, the medium survey here. Go to replace, paste that in. Then you can come in here, find the OSR survey. Okay, go over here, paste that in, replace all. Done. That I'm assured that that's all the survey ships because I'm consistent about designs between survey ships. That makes this process less tedious and goes a bit faster. It'll take you 10 minutes to do a ship set through these files instead of like 40 because there's a lot, as you can see. All right, that should be it. Just a special note, there's a tag called AI only something AI only. This determines whether the player is allowed to see this design. By default, if you want things to work like default, make sure that you don't mess with that. Just don't mess with the line. Use one of my templates that is just doesn't say the word blank in the name, and you're set. There are certain things that are supposed to be false. You're not supposed to see the starting scout, starting survey ship, and starting colonizer in your ship designer. But if you wanted to, all right, just mark that as true, and they'll show up. I like to make ship sets that hide all of the default designs from the player, but not the AI. So I set pretty much all of them to false, except for like the ships carriers use. You can't do that. They will just not launch fighters ever if you do. It's weird. All right, let's save this. So now we just need to move these back into my mod folder. I'm going to make a new mod folder for this. So I'm in mods. I'm going to make a new one, call it tutorial. Then you need a folder that corresponds to where this would be in the regular game directory. In this case, it's just called game. 90% of things are in there. Move these over. All right, good. There's one more thing we need to do. There's a weird problem in the game where if you want to show a preview of the ship set, when you go to select your ship set, it always shows you a certain ship design. It's usually a survey ship. Though in this case, we're going to use a kinetic. You need to put that in the game directory. You can't put it in your mod folder. So I'm going to copy the ship design I want to use. It needs to be the object file, which, there we go, obj, gfx, blah, 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 as you can see there. So I'm using the medium missile for the OSR series. Okay. Then we need to go to the game directory. As you can see, I have my master shortcut thing. This is super useful. Reference files, galactic civ, my design files, the game directory, the faction section, and the mod section. Let me go to the directory, designs, startup. This is where the previews of ships lives. You got to throw it in there. This is the only file you have to add to the game's proper directory, and I hate that I have to do that. I really, really do, because it scares people. Throwing a file into the game directory, oh noes, I'm scared and I don't want to mod my game and Steam might yell at me or some bullshit, which I get. You're not wrong if that's how you feel and you're not used to dealing with this shit. And I don't want you to worry about that either. But the game doesn't love you or me enough. It just doesn't. And that's okay. It's one file. It doesn't replace any files. So even if you throw in shitty, stupid files you weren't supposed to in this particular folder, it should all work. It's going to be okay. But yeah, you need to put one file in the game directory. All right, we're good to go. Let's open up Galactic Civ. And let's hope I don't run into errors, because I don't think I screwed up on this time of making the tutorial, unlike the first time. All right, I haven't gotten an error message yet. That's a good sign. We're loading. Loading. Come on. Do it. Woohoo. And that music is loud. You can tell I was actually playing the game. I had music. All right. There we go. No error messages, so it should work. Now, we go to make a new game. Let's copy the Fulgar, just for consistency. Let's go to the race overview. We're going to call these guys the A-Fulgar trade holds. We're going to go to appearance. Now, we need to go to our ship styles. And there should be one in here called A-. And man, my list got big. Now, people complain about this all the time, by the way. You can't scroll. Can't scroll through here. It's really kind of annoying. So, if you just hover over and use your mouse wheel, then you can scroll. I'm guessing it's last. Yeah, it's last. It's alphabetic by the file name. Yeah, I think that's how it works. So, must be like the dash mark I added or something. But it's here, so great. We forgot. I forgot something. Okay. For the preview, this was not correct. You also need to make one tiny tweak. You have to go into the faction ship style set def file. It has a line for preview ship. It's at the top. You have to put in the same ship file that you wanted to show. I didn't do that, so we got the Fulgar trade holds one. I'll try to show you afterwards. I don't want to pause here or whatever. Let's change the color scheme, because why not? You guys have probably seen those guys too many times. Yeah, Trooper. Why not? I never use Trooper, because it's weird and too brightly colored. All right, fine. We save that race. We go to next. We go to start. We pray to the Elder Gods. Yeah, man. You can do it. Don't you crap out on me. All right, there we go. The first time you load a ship set, it can take a little extra time, I've noticed. And here you go. So here is the Fulgar, shipyard, the Fulgar starting colonizer as normal. But then here are the other two ships I used. I used Scout and Survey from my other ship set. Now they're both listed under Kryn though, so that's why that worked. So yeah, here's that's pretty. Kind of like that in green. Cool. So all the ships are Fulgar style except for those two that I edited. If you just do all of them, there you go. You're done. You have a ship set. That is it, guys. That's all you have to do. So let's do a recap because I know we move fast. First up, make all your ship designs. Don't worry about equipment. Make sure I would copy my naming convention. I think that's really helpful. Then grab your survey object file, throw it in here. Okay? That should be it. I was using the OSR medium missile in this case. We want to fix that mistake I made, so we'll copy that. Okay. Then you want to copy the GRM files from the mod. Choose a ship style that you like, and FTH, faction ship style set def FTH, and the corresponding ship class defs -FTH. Copy those. Make your own mod folder. Please don't add it to your GRM folder. That will mess you up if you love my mod and use it all the time and need to update. You'll accidentally delete your stuff. Name it whatever you want. Make a game folder. Paste your files in here. Rename them your own naming convention that is different than your ship designs. Well, this can be the same as the ship designs, but open up faction ship style depth. Replace the Fulgar Tradehold's name with the new name. Change the display name to what you want it to be. Then you need to change the thing we missed is the display sample object. We needed to change that. We forgot to. That's our one mistake. Fixed it. Then go down here. Change these two names to whatever shipyard file you really want to use. If you want Drengen shipyards or any of mine or whatever, just replace that. If you want to mess with the starbases, you can, or the ambient music for the starbases. You cover everything? Yes, and make sure your ship style matches the ships you're trying to use. Okay, save, good. Then open up your new ship class. Do a file replace on Fulgar Tradeholds again to make sure it matches your new thing. Then just come in and either use file replace or find and replace, or just manually copy and paste each design you're trying to use into each type of ship. And I've organized this for you. So scouts first, survey ships second, the explorer small hull, then all the colonizers, transports, constructors. Then I have all the carriers. Notably, there's a bug in the game. Huge carriers don't show up anymore. Doesn't matter if you use custom shipsets or default game shipsets. The AI no longer has a huge carrier to call upon. Nothing to do with these files. It happened as of 1.3 from what I can tell. Then you have all your fighters that are used by carriers. Then I've got all your large support craft, missile support, kinetic support, tactical support, all that BS. Then I've got your tiny hulls, small hulls, medium hulls, large hulls, huge hulls, the plane combat ships. So special stuff up top, regular boring stuff going forward, and you're done. That should do it. So save that, load up the game, make a custom race using your new style, and enjoy. Really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know it's a little sloppy. I'll probably make a better one later or never. Whatever. And thank you for watching, guys. Hope this helps. Bye.